From a very young age, we are handed a specific blueprint for survival. Go to school, get good grades, and secure a stable job, all to ensure a lifetime of security. Then you enter the workforce. You get your first real paycheck, and immediately, rent, utility bills, and daily living expenses consume nearly all of it. This flowchart illustrates exactly why the tension never goes away. You trade time to generate income, which drains out as expenses, returning you to time. Watch what happens with a raise. Income grows, but expenses swell to match. Your financial progress remains absolute zero. This cycle of perpetual stagnation is the intended mathematical output of the system's design. To see where this specific conditioning begins, we have to look back at the traditional classroom. The modern curriculum optimizes for a very distinct set of behaviors. You're rewarded for obeying strict schedules, memorizing standardized facts, and following directions without question. But notice what is entirely absent from that syllabus. Nobody teaches you how to evaluate an investment, how to build an asset, or how to create your own streams of revenue. 12 years of this environment does exactly what it is designed to do. It manufactures highly dependable workers. As a worker, your entire economic engine relies on a single fragile mechanism, directly trading a strictly capped resource, your time, for cash. Because time is finite, the only mathematical way to build wealth is to retain the cash you earn. But people routinely exchange their cash for liabilities, items that appear valuable on the surface, but actively take money out of your pocket over time. Without financial education, surplus income bypasses savings and falls straight into liabilities. As you acquire markers of a rich-looking life, financed cars, designer clothes, oversized mortgages, this liability drain deepens, actively pulling resources away from your baseline. Because the structure relies on a continuous leak, a higher salary doesn't create wealth. It simply provides you with more capital to waste. If the math guarantees financial stagnation, we have to ask why so many people willingly stay inside the loop. The very first invisible guardrail is fear, the anxiety of losing money, failing publicly, or deviating from expectations forces people to cling to jobs they resent simply because the paycheck feels secure. When fear isn't enough to keep you in place, distraction fills the gap. Endless scrolling and short-term digital dopamine consume your attention, keeping your brain busy but completely unproductive. Fear stops you from taking the initial risk, while constant distraction ensures you never sit down in silence to plan your exit. But there is an alternative system operating within the exact same economy, using a different set of rules. This compounding loop shows the wealthy system. Capital is deployed to build assets, creating new income that flows back into the capital pool. As this speeds up, assets acquire more assets. Daily labor is entirely deleted, decoupling wealth from the 24-hour day. The middle class operates on the principle of working for money. The wealthy operate on the principle of building systems that make money work for them. If you are struggling to get ahead financially, it is not because you lack a strong work ethic. You are playing a game with rules designed to ensure that even a perfect performance leads to stagnation. Breaking this cycle requires moving past the consumer mindset. It begins by taking the surplus income you currently lose to liabilities and reallocating it toward learning how to build or acquire a single system that functions independently of your time. This transition demands that you reclaim the hours lost to digital distractions and invest them into the technical, financial literacy the education system withheld. Only through this focused reallocation of both time and money can you begin to construct an exit strategy. You now know exactly how the architecture is built. The choice is yours. Will you keep running the same circle, or will you break the system and build your own path?